UFC 307 Salt Lake City done and dusted in the books. Preliminary card. Let's work up. Not all the way, but we're gonna do some. Wonderboy Stephen Thompson took on Mansa Musa, whatever he calls himself. Joaquin Buckley, and it was an interesting fight. Prelim fight. From when it looked like Stephen was putting in that work, stopping a lot of the takedowns, striking. Stephen was doing his thing. I thought he was running away with, a decision victory until he pulls off. Mr. Buckley pulls off the TKO slash KO. Just woo, one punch, man. That's all it takes. This is the beauty of combat sports, especially mixed martial arts. You got to look out for everything. And he got clipped, man. He got clipped with a power punch. Congratulations, Mr. Buckley. You're moving on up. It's not. He has got a good record. Pardon himself. He's got a good record. 20-6. I don't think he's got enough to be a champion personally, but he's entertaining. He's definitely entertaining. Let's go on to the main card. We won't even mess around with the early prelims. Caitlin Vera, 14-4, took on Kayla Harris, two-time Olympian gold medalist, two-time PFL champion. 18-1 now. Went to a decision victory. Tough battle. She showed dominance. I think most people expected her to run right through Caitlin, but she did her thing, man. She definitely did her thing. Returned fire where appropriate and was tough. She was definitely tough. Gave the mount very easily at times. Interesting. Within the women's bantamweight division now, I'd say that's looking. Roman Dolidze, Kevin Holland even, Mr. Trailblazer himself, who don't give a lily about anything. He's just there to fight, man. Very active, 26-12, one no contest. Roman Dolidze, 14-3. Ah, it was kind of fun while it lasted. TKO at the end of the first round, Kevin went up. What did he try and do? Went for an armbar, and in the transition of Roman defending that and stepping over, the rib broke, popped, cartilage, whatever it is. But Kevin wasn't in a position physically to continue the bout, so Roman gets the decision victory. Definitely run that back, just for himself to say, to say as a fighter, you don't want to fight to end like that. Run that one back very quickly, and let's see what it do. Now we get into the crazy madness. I mean, I haven't mentioned what some of the referees are doing historically. I mean, it was very interesting night. Reference the referees and the judging. So the King of Rio comes in. The King of Rio comes in 32-8. Actually, no, let's rewind that. 33-8. Because he did not lose his fight. He did not lose his fight. He won 2 rounds at a minimum. Mario Batista, who is 14-3, apparently won the fight. His best round was the third round. He was going for takedowns constantly. Oh no, it's mixed martial arts. You got to do the thing. Jose Aldo is a master at takedown defense. I don't know what. Maybe it was the altitude. Maybe these judges, you know, aren't athletes themselves. Clearly not. Or if they are, they've got some kind of bias going on. And the altitude got to them, so they wasn't necessarily seeing what was going on. But the King of Rio won that, man. You could see on Mario's face, he was like, you know. Even actually, let's rewind, sorry. The Cookie Monster beat Tisha Torres, but unfortunately, the judge saw it totally different. And even Tisha was like, yeah, I lost it. You wanted to see her face. She was kind of like, yeah. She was just almost, if they didn't have her hands, the referee didn't have her hand, she would be clapping, saying, yeah. Congratulations to the winner. And they said her name. This is awful, man. I mean, this to show the nice little montage for the Cookie Monster and all that stuff. But she won that there, man. She won that fight. Right, last damn fight, and the judges stole that from her. This is awful, man. Awful. Okay. Women's bantamweight co-main event of the evening. 16 and 10. Bantamweight champion Raquel Pennington, Rocky, was taking on the Venezuela vixen Juliana Pena. And Juliana, you've been fighting all this time, young lady, and your striking is so rudimentary. It works. I mean, you're the champ now. I actually thought you lost that. I will go back and watch it again, but on first viewing, I didn't see you actually winning that fight. Interesting one. I did want you to actually win, but I don't think you actually won that fight. The striking, she's got her head on the center line, arms straight up. I mean, you've been training mixed martial arts for quite some time, young lady. Your strike, it's awkward. It's definitely awkward, your style. And as I say, it works, man. It works. You tired out bloody, Amanda Nunes the first time, etc., with that orthodox and your willingness to stay and bang and trade with people shows a lot of heart, warrior spirit. Congratulations to the young lady. I definitely think let's run that one back. Run it back. They're talking about the rivalry and it was on tough together and they haven't been matched up and all. Run that one back. It's not majorly controversial, but run it back. Let's do the part two. Let's try and build some hype and some fun within this. Don't let Kayla Harrison just come in there and then just have two fights and then go straight to the belt. No, 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 no. But the interesting thing is, so to do with the split screen of Kayla, and Juliana talking her thing, like, well, what you want next, champ? Well, like, what you want next? Kayla Harrison, she won. They're setting it up. They're setting it up for Juliana to say, oh yeah, 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 yeah. I'll bust Kayla Harrison. I'll bust her head and submit her if I can. I'll do that there. But what I really want is Amanda Nunes to stop documenting. But no, she missed off the whole of the first part. She disregarded. She didn't even mention poor Kayla Harrison, and she's looking like at the screen like, what? She's retired. Why are you calling out someone who's retired? That don't make no sense. It would be a big fight, I guess. So, I understand the mindset, but you're the champ, man. You're the champ. Unless there's some kind of conversations behind the scenes that we don't know, that was a weird call out. She should have addressed the quote unquote elephant in the room, which is Kayla, and said, "Yeah, of course. Let's do it in let's do it in February or March. I'll boss her, and then UFC, you pay Amanda, scare her out of retirement, and we'll do the trilogy thing." But I don't know. I don't know. Congratulations though, Venezuela vixen. Powhatan, main event, main event of the evening. It pretty much went down as I thought. As I said, Khalil had more than enough tools in the toolbox for this to be a fun fight, and it was a fun fight until it got to Alex in this. Oh, it was, what would I say? Towards the third round, I would say. Third round, 2 minutes in, he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I know the flex. I know what time it is. Okay, okay, let me just do this. Let me do a couple more of these low leg kicks, these calf kicks and stuff, and you know, I know how to break you down now." As he said, the fight IQ. I mean, he's 12 and 2 in his mixed martial arts career. Got a wealth of Muay Thai and kickboxing experience, double champion in glory. We know the accolades, so he has a very high fight IQ. Goes without saying, Khalil is 14 and 6, one no contest within mixed martial arts realm. He reinvigorated himself by going to Thailand and falling in love with that Muay Thai style. This was a classical matchup. Khalil wasn't committing to any leg kicks hardly until the third round, second round, or something like that. He had one or two. He's got power, man. He's got power. Everything he was throwing was with bad intentions, as they say. Very bad intentions. He was letting it go. The president said, look, the key is there for the nukes. Let them go off when you want, Khalil. He had access to all the power to let them go whenever he wanted, and that's exactly what he was doing, but only with his hands. It was mainly a boxing fight for the first 2.5 rounds, 3 rounds. Khalil did, he did create some very memorable moments within the fight. Some very heavy punches, knocked down the champ. But Alex has turned it up, man. He turned it up and he broke him down. Khalil showed heart. His face was a mess. There was blood absolutely everywhere. I was thinking to myself, ref, what are we doing? Are we not going to stop this? I mean, he's intelligently defending himself, fair enough, but the beating he was taking. I mean, if I guess it wasn't like a full round of beating. It's when he really got hurt. I think they could have stopped that a little bit earlier, but I understand, warrior spirit, wants to go out on his shield and all that there. I get it. I do get it. But Alex showed some grit, some determination, a little bit of adversity, one of his toughest matchups to date, you know what I mean? But it showed so much for Khalil. He was number 8, came up short. Let's give him a nice matchup within the light heavyweight division. And let's see his star rise, and let's see that confidence rise because everyone was appreciative of that fight. That was a good fight. They both got 50K as well. I don't know what the undisclosed end of the day purses are going to be, but trustfully, Mr. Dana White has already compensated them on the books very well. Entertaining fight overall, though. The card was whack, man. The UFC are just spreading themselves way too thin, way too thin, man. They've got 700 plus fighters signs of all across this plane of existence. TV deals, responsibilities to create content, and based upon that, they've watered down the thing, man. It's ugh, the fight cards are just becoming like there's some good fights, on. Don't get it twisted. There were some good fights, but it's way too thin, man. Way too thinly spread. Um, but the people who have bought into this UFC monopoly during the zombie apocalypse, I might add, they know is this. They don't know that, it would be every 3 months or something like that. Or maybe every month you get a pay-per-view. When they were starting to get very, very much successful. Um, and there were all stars on there. There were all names you recognize. Obviously, we got to get the new talent in there. We got to feed them through and stuff. But we're just getting non-factor fights. We're getting the punishing poor Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, putting him on the early prelims. I mean, he's fought for the strap. Was it 3 times or was it twice? Fought Woodley twice. I'm sure did he fight somebody else for the strap? I don't know, but whatever it is, I mean, this guy, he's a name. And he's a very nice guy outside of the ring as well. Very respectable family man. Yeah. What should be promoted and highlighted within this plane of existence and within the media realms. But yeah, what am I going to score this? What am I going to score this card? 307. Where are we going with it? I'm going to go with a 6.5. And I'm being generous. I feel generous today. 6.5. Let me know what you think in the comments.